Well, broadband. No one questions 21st century classrooms really need it.
But as I showed you at the top of our newscast, right now, Idaho's high-tech network is an underfunded mess. In tonight's Making the Grade, I speak with Idaho Education News reporter Kevin Richert about what's next for the IEN. Kevin, nice to have you in as we continue our look at the IEN. This is such a big topic, as you've seen.
Yes.
Take us forward a little bit. Where does the contract stand? It's void. So where does the state stand with the contract?
Well, we'll get some answers tomorrow. Tomorrow, legislative budget writers are going to hear how much it might cost to keep this system online through 2016. The governor has said that might cost $8.9 million. We'll see. But a lot of this is in flux. The whole contract, like you say, is void. The state is trying to figure out how to get a contract in place and what to do in the short term in terms of a contract and in the long term.
So are they going to do a two-prong approach here? Are they going to
Yes.
look short-term and long-term?
Yes, that's basically, and that was the news that came out today. Basically, the administration department has put out a bid, a request for bid, begin the contract process for a short-term kind of a bridge contract. This would go for 1 year.
Okay.
And the idea is, let's get a contractor in for a year. Let's try to get some money, some of the E-rate money flowing back into the state. This is the money that has been on hold for 2 years. And while you're doing that, while you have the short-term contract going on, you're going through this process of more of a long-term bid process for more of an extended contract that would go into effect in 2016.
Okay, at this point though, where do school districts stand? I mean, they're trying to even, maybe some of them, file for their own E-rate, desperate to get some money to keep the system up and running. Does this just kind of put everybody in a holding pattern?
Well, it doesn't put people in a holding pattern. If anything, it's kind of a mad dash all the way around. The state is definitely on the clock in terms of getting the short-term contract in place. That's why they bid it this week. That's why they started the process this week, to try to get federal funding by July 1st. School districts are in the same boat. If they want to try to apply for this money, they've got to get moving now because they need to have their paperwork in by the end of March. It is a very compressed and a very concentrated timetable.
You and I have been studying this topic now for weeks, trying to get it all figured out. Give me your impression, Kevin, being over at the State House. What do you think, if you can look into your crystal ball, is really going to happen here? Will legislators come on board and pony up the funds, or could the system actually go black?
I think you've got legislators who are antsy about the way the contract has unfolded, the way the governor has handled it, the way the Department of Administration has handled it. And nobody's really happy about the prospect of having to put up more money like they had to last year. But my guess is this is something that will get done because I likened it last week to, nobody wants to replace their water heater, but nobody wants to take a cold shower either. And I think that's kind of the situation legislators are in. They don't want to pull the plug. They're not happy about being in this predicament, but if I had to guess, they will fund it.
We understand this is a huge topic, and Kevin has broken it down so well, piece by piece, on his blog on idahoednews.org. You can go there, read much more about it. And of course, coming up tomorrow, coverage as they go before JFAC.
Yes,
We'll see what
we'll be there.
happens. Sounds good. Kevin, thanks for being here for Making the Grade.
Thank you.